Welcome to What the FFF, your mindset and nutrition. Welcome to What the FFF, your dose of no bullshit training and nutrition advice. Your host, Brendan Andrews from Forever Forward Fitness, with over 8 years experience and over 12,000 sessions and counting.
And Michael Shanos, elite level powerlifter with over 5 years experience in the disability fitness space with his business strength community. Right, welcome to WTFFF. We are on to episode 6. How exciting.
There we go.
Wow.
Who would have thought we'd make it this far?
We said that last time and we're here again, Tuesday 12:30. There you go. That's the secret time in case you want to interrupt us.
Let's do something funny from the background. We can see out the windows here.
Yeah. Alright, what are we talking about?
We're going to bust some myths.
We are going to play Mythbusters.
We're just going to weed out the bullshit in our humble opinions.
Yes, that's exactly right.
There won't be a great deal of science-based educational inputs here.
No, but there's not going to be any bullshit. There's not going to be no bullshit.
Zero bullshit.
There's a bit of a wild card at the end as well.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. So today we are myth busting 7 what we believe common, what we pop, I guess, from our clients we hear, we see on Instagram, whatever you want to call it. Do you want to start us off?
All right. Well, fitness-based podcast. Let's start with supplements.
Supplements.
Do we need supplements?
Ooh, that's deep. Okay, all right. So this is a broad one. So the most common answer to this, though, that people talk about that have an OBS, that don't have a financial interest in selling supplements, that don't own a company, is they're called supplements. Mm-hmm. They supplement a healthy diet or a healthy health protocol, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. What's your thoughts?
That's an open-ended question.
Yeah.
Do people need supplements? No. They don't. Depending what their goals might be, yes. Is it for health? It depends what type of supplements we're talking about. People. Again, there's so many different things where you look at a standard multivitamin. Some people swear by them. Other people say that you're paying for expensive piss. See,
I'm on that side of that. Like multivitamin, I'll draw the line there. Low bioavailability. You're going to be pissing it out. It's not going to do you any good. It's cheap shit. It's not going to do it.
Yeah, but if you look for ones that you've got particular, might have a shortage in there, you might need it. Talk to your doctor and you've got a shortage.
Not medical advice.
But
disclaimer.
But I think for a big part with the supplements, for a lot of people, it's like part of the process to get them going. Like whether it's it's like, oh shit, I'm going to start at the gym. I've got to get my supplements in order. I want to make sure that everything's regimented. And I think that for a lot of people, it's the part of the process. It's like, all right, I'm going to get up, I'm going to put my shoes on, make my coffee, have my pre-workout, get my shaker of protein ready. Without them steps, they're just like, fuck it, I'm not going.
Yeah, I understand. I'm really with that, because my opinion about this is actually the supplement industry has been so clever to ritualize supplement usage.
Yeah.
Think about the most common uses of supplements: pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout, morning ritual, before bed. They're times that you have to have every day as part of a good routine, and likely if you're going to stick to the training, I don't know, there's almost that placebo effect to be like, I've had my pre-workout, I'm going to train.
Yeah, if you get a dose of 500 mils of caffeine, and you're not going to go to the gym, it's going to be an interesting morning.
I've done that. And that led to some anxiety and jittery work. I tell you, I was like, I had the pre-workout, something popped up, and I had to just stay on the computer and do some work, and went golly jittery. I was struggling. So. Yeah,
my anxiety through the roof.
But so they ritualize all of this process. So I agree with you in the way that you're going to go to the gym and you're going to have this, and then you're going to have your post-workout shake. It's so common, and it's like you're tying almost like they're not detrimental habits. They're good habits most of the time. But I believe as a whole that they are better. They are more good than they are bad.
Yeah,
so it's there's some shit out there. But for you to have 2 scoops of protein or 40 to 50 grams of protein post-workout, regardless of timing and nutrient timing, which is probably another myth we've got busted, is good.
Yeah.
There's no law whether that's bad, whether it's post-workout or whether it's first thing in the morning in a smoothie.
Well, you don't want to miss your anabolic window. Everybody knows you've only got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Is that why you've got the glucose up there as well?
That's right.
Can't
Miss that window, mate.
Got to shuffle those nutrients directly in there. Just a spike of insulin and bang into the cells.
Just make sure it's optimal.
Yeah, you got to make sure it's optimal. Yeah. So, and then do we want to go into supplement types, like the BS within certain supplements?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the supplements to stay away from? I think the biggest one that is the biggest load of shit is the non-bloating.
Oh yeah,
fucking creatine. What do they call it?
Non-bloating creatine.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it hold water.
Yeah.
Sort of what it does. Like
that is literally what it does. Like it brings more water to the cellular level. So you're allowed to. So you're not allowed to. Yeah, it makes it swell. My body's allowed. So your body can actually produce more adenosine triphosphate, ATP, which is what's going to create forceful muscle contractions. Yeah. That is creatine.
That's what it does.
Yeah. That's why it helps you get that extra 1 or 2 reps. Yeah. That's why it's heavily
It's a volumizer.
Yeah. Yeah, that is bullshit. I've heard of that, but I haven't actually looked into it, like how they think it's good.
It's a small tub.
Oh, yeah, so it's even.
And it's about yay big, and it's 60 serves, and it's $60 when you can go buy it for. You can buy creatine for about $18 a kilo.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
It's the cheapest supplement that has the most studies done around it, really. Like,
yeah. Have you seen? There's been some recent studies around mental health and creatine.
I've seen a few things floating around.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't know too much about it, but it's just interesting that it's such a broad supplement. There's so much benefit to supplementing with it outside of.
I think I read something that it has a neurological pathway that may. Have its own pathway, but it does something for the neurological pathways.
Yeah.
More water, more volume, maybe.
100%. I could imagine the percentage of water we are anyway. So, what's another supplement? I think people getting addicted to pre-workouts is a problem. Becoming reliant on pre-workouts.
I think pre-workouts should be cycled. That's always been.
Yeah.
Buy a tub, have it, then don't buy a tub for 3 months.
Yeah. Oh, 3 months. That's savage. You get a 1 month on, 1 month off.
Yeah, you could. Maybe on a little extreme, but
have you done that yourself?
I'm pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I've never, except for the ones that I pinch off use every now and then. That's the first time pre-workout I've bought in 12 months, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, true. Fair enough. And you could also cycle to a non-stim pre-workout as well. There's some of those pre-workouts that...
I prefer the non-stim ones, to be honest.
I'm all for it at the moment. Yeah. I've been using that for most of this year.
Yeah, I want sort of a little bit of focus.
A couple of nootropics. I'm a big fan of nootropics personally. Make sure you got all your pump ingredients.
Not a filthy pump. That's all I want. Really.
That's the only reason you take it. You just want to feel swole.
Yeah. Splitting pump.
Yeah, and then you just want like a full clinical dose of your beta-alanines and betaines and your other ingredients like that actually have a little bit of research to back them.
Yeah. People don't like the tingles. I fucking love the tingles.
Yeah, I don't mind the tingles. I don't know. It makes you feel like it's doing something. Like, especially if it's like a non-stimulant one.
I've got to move to get going.
Yeah. You're trying to sit there with the tingles. You just, yeah. So what about greens versus multivitamins? Where do you sit with that? Because I'm a shit.
Look, I've had both. It's not something that I use regularly. I don't know if I feel any different from both, to be honest. Like, I feel like I had a pretty balanced diet, so...
Yeah.
They both make me piss really bright, so...
See, that's the thing, is your body won't absorb, even if you've got a high quality greens, like, because I'm an advocate for greens, I take my greens every day, I consider it like a health insurance. I still try and eat well, I still try and eat vegetables, but it's like, I just got a little bit of health insurance to cover the things that I may not get in my diet, because there's going to be variance in seasons and things that are available, and different food groups have more vitamins and minerals in certain areas and things like that. So I'm all for that. But at the end of the day, if you're just like, body is just overflowing with vitamin C, you're going to piss it up.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it's a high bioavailability source being in a greens or
it's that bell cup effect, you know. Once it fills, it spills.
Yeah. Exactly right.
I've heard that before, but that's pretty clever.
Put that. Yeah. What else? What are some other supplements to stay away from in the industry? Skinny teas?
Oh, yeah, they're all shit, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're a bunch of shit. Yeah, because that's what I thought you were going to say. You said bloating.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. It just makes you hot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's increasing your metabolism. Like, I don't know if a drink will do that.
Yeah, I think it's you're playing in the 1%ers, even if you are. It's one of those things. Like, I think there's a couple on the market that sort of play around with a bit of thyroid and things like that. I'm like, okay, for somebody that has thyroid problems, it could be a benefit, but otherwise,
they make claims like that's where the well, they're not supposed to make claims like that because it's not regulated in a manner to say that it's going to have an actual effect.
Yeah,
especially on something like it's going to thyroid gland like. That's something doctors should be dealing with.
Yeah, it is a bit more serious, like, or at least a naturopath or something like that. I agree with that. It's quite technical. And a lot of people, even GPs, a lot of them don't know much about the thyroid. Like, I wouldn't say I'm super knowledgeable in that area. It's pretty complex.
I know of it.
I know of it. I know where it is. Somewhere in here. What about hormonal supplements? Like, I'd say a men's test booster.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say if they work or not. Look, if it works and you feel like it works, like, but what's the detriment to it? Like, you don't know what it's got. Like, if you've had one, like, I remember I took one years ago, and it was probably just steroids. Honestly,
that one worked.
It fucking worked. It worked really well. But then when I stopped taking it, it crashed. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And it was supposed to be a natural test booster. I feel like there was something unnatural in that. But look, I can't remember the brand to tell you, but it seemed to do pretty well.
I was going to say, popular request for off-the-shelf stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the problem with those as well is, like, there's a bit of research at the moment going around about an ingredient called Tonga Ali, and there's some studies to show that it is increasing free testosterone in men. So something that has a clinical dose of that you're getting from the supplement store, like, Primabolic's Primal is a full dose of it. I know that the guys, Shred Ups, the Best Body guys, like, their products, top of the range, like, they're clinically dosed everything, versus something you get off Amazon or something you get off an ad that's going to say you're going to get, significantly more jacked off an ad on the internet. You're going to get a test product and you'll see, it's got Tonga Ali, but it's probably got 100 milligrams. Like, and it's not going to do anything versus the clinical dose of 600. So I think that's where a lot of people get caught out in advertising.
Yeah.
Is they get these severely underdosing products that aren't going to do anything. And that's the problem.
Yeah. I get I don't know, I guess the other big one is the BCAAs. Like,
that's controversial, isn't it? What are your view on those?
I had for years. Everything seemed to go alright.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's hard to put a gauge on it. I remember the first time you gave me some like pill forms BCA, not the drink. And I felt like, and I don't know, I felt like halfway through my workout I had a little bit more energy.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
I've noticed similar. I think in a calorie deficit, I'd talk about it.
Yeah.
In the surplus or maintenance, not really.
Yeah.
But just giving that little boost 5 minutes in, maybe giving you a bit more anabolic near the end of a session where you're trying not to go catabolic and possibly burn muscle.
Yeah.
They're not that expensive. It's one of those things. Depends on where you value it. Depends on your budget.
It's a tasty beverage in between the session.
Yeah, exactly right. There's a sweet little sip. Yeah, 100%. I had one that I was just thinking about, but I cannot remember. I think how do we wrap up supplements though? Examine.com. Have you been on that before?
I think so, no.
You like it. So I've mentioned clinical doses of things, a few different supplements that I personally know about, and things like that. And I think if you've got questions or about a supplement or you're not sure about something that's in it, examine.com. It's got everything. It's got all the studies. It's non-biased. They make their money off of having this website of non-biased information. And you can subscribe and get super access to all their clinical notes and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, they just have a summary of this is the clinical recommended dose for benefit. This is what it's good at. This is what it's bad at. And all those common claims. And it's really, really good. Really good. So I think if there's anything to do with supplements, that's where you do your research.
Yeah.
All right, talk to someone that you trust.
It is such a hard one because there's all this research and some will be negative, some will be positive. You know, what do you believe? I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
I lift weights.
Yeah, neither am I. Lift weights, talk shit.
Yeah.
What's next?
What do we got?
Carbs after 8 p.m.
Yeah, look.
All right.
I think everybody knows my answer here.
Yeah. Is it out the gates of the horse shit?
Yeah, come on, man. It's the idea that our body recognises that it's 8 p.m. To a degree, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's 8 p.m. Fucking no more carbs.
Yeah.
You know, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Our body uses it works when it needs to work, not on a fucking time basis. Oh,
Yeah.
it's 10 minutes before bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's ready to do what it needs to do when it needs to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're sick.
Yeah. 100%. And I think the reality is that the body works on a longer time scale than people think. Like if you're smashing a meal 60 minutes, 30 minutes before you train, that's not fully digested by the time you train. You're not having 100% nutrient uptake in that time frame. So to think if you're going to have 8 p.m. carbs and then by the time you're in bed by 9 or 10 o'clock that you've got fat storage because you had carbs after 8.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
At the end of the day, it comes into calories out.
Yeah.
Calories in versus calories out. So
Yeah.
actually properly. And that's just the reality. Like if there's excess energy, it will be stored. And that doesn't matter if it's in the morning, afternoon or night.
Yeah. It's the same with the idea with like fasting and stuff like that. Like I enjoyed fasting at times. Use it where it need to be. But at the end of the day, if your total calories at the end of the week are 10,000, and you eat 10,000 calories on a Sunday, you're not going to lose any weight the next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's still, you've spent all your calories in one big blast.
Yeah.
That's But
you blow the budget.
After 8 p.m, if you can set that boundary and that works for you, not to eat carbs or whatever, do it. It'll work for you.
Yeah. If it's the tool that creates a calorie deficit for you, if you're binging after 8 p.m. every night and then miraculously you say, oh my god, no carbs after 8.
It's just a self-boundary that you've set yourself. It's not your body responding in a way. It's you've chosen not to do something, a bad habit after a certain time that you've identified as a shit time for you.
Yeah, 100%. You're just addressing if you're bored or if you haven't eaten enough that day and then you're binge eating. There's a lot that goes into that. That's a whole different conversation. But I agree. I think if there's a moral boundary there and it works, great. If not, it actually doesn't make any difference. If you like a little snack after dinner and it fits your calories for the day,
go for it.
Go wild. Yeah. Next is fasting. Intermittent fasting. So you already mentioned, so you like fasting.
In different times.
Yeah, not all the time.
You
do like eating as well.
Yeah, 100%. But it depends, like, whether it's 16-8 or whatever you're 24 or whatever your thing is, or you're doing 3-day fast. I don't know about 3-day fast.
Sounds a bit dangerous.
Yeah. I did 24 hours.
Yeah. I don't think about doing 24 hours.
Yeah, they're alright. I did one. I was in the middle of a prep. And I was like, I'm gonna fast on a Sunday, and then I had to have a squat on Monday. Worst idea in the world.
Yeah.
I couldn't even unrack a weight that I'd comfortably squatted the week before. Not ideal.
No, that's not ideal. Because I think anything, once you go above the 16, so is it a 16-hour fast and 8-hour eating window?
Yeah.
That's the typical intermittent fast.
Yeah, that's the common one.
So I think anytime you go above that, up into 24 hours, or some people, I think it starts to get a little bit more religious, or maybe it's a wider health protocol. Like some people with, some serious health conditions will fast for longer periods to let sort of certain levels. So, but you're not training in those longer fasts.
No.
You're pretty sedentary.
Yeah. Well, like, what's the big one that they used to say with fasting? After 24 hours, you start doing, what is it, autophagy? I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Autophagy. But it's where you have damaged cells and you start to burn the damaged cells for energy for the the cells are full functioning, and that was supposed to be. But then again, there's a shitload of information that says that that's horseshit. It doesn't do it. Autophagy is something that happens like naturally down the path or whatever.
And things like free radicals as well in your body, like eradicating those sort of free radicals that could be causing damage to cells as well is apparently another benefit of fasting that I've heard in that longer sort of time span, 24 hours.
But the main reason people use intermittent fasting is because it just shortens the window that you're eating.
Yeah. It's a useful tool to keep yourself in a calorie deficit, which is, I guess, what we need to come to on the myth busting side of things. Is that that's probably the most useful way of helping people.
And the big one for me is with the fasting. If I don't have to eat breakfast. I don't need to eat till lunchtime, really. I don't get hungry until lunchtime. But as soon as I have breakfast, if I have breakfast at 7 a.m, I'm going to be hungry at 9. That's just how it works. But if I don't eat, I can go all the way through to lunchtime. Fine. I'm not sitting there thinking about food. I'm just like, it's 12 o'clock. I'll have something to eat. And then I'll have a meal at 3, and then I'll have dinner at night. That's it.
Yeah, and if that aligned with your goals at the time, to stay in a calorie deficit. Great. Good tool. Good tool. Keeping blood sugar levels low through the morning. Obviously, you've got to factor in when you're training and how that affects all that sort of stuff. It's a good tool.
And I guess the other one is the fasted cardio. We should have put that on. So let's check it out.
Fasted cardio. I haven't heard. That's.
They don't say it anymore.
No, it's not as
Everyone talks shit about it. I fucking loved it. If I'm going to do cardio, I'm doing it on an empty stomach. It's just easier.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
You just mean like steady state cardio. You don't need to build yourself with a circuit.
Oh, whatever.
Really?
Yeah. All them years I trained, if we ever did them cardio sessions in the morning, I wouldn't eat.
Yeah, right. Could you throw up, or you just...
No, I've never thrown up working out yet.
You haven't trained hard enough.
Probably not. No, I just feel better, and I don't... That's just me.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I love morning walk fasted, or, I'd do steady state. I wouldn't do HIIT.
When they say fasted, going to bed, if you eat a meal at 6 o'clock, you have dinner at 8 o'clock, and you go to bed at 10, and you're up at 6... really fast. It's been 8 hours. Like,
true. It's really not that long.
You're going into an catabolic state yet? Like, can't.
Yeah, true. You're still synthesizing some protein for dinner, to be honest. Yeah. First world problems there. Far out. All right. What's next? Myth busted. Intermittent fasting. Not really, actually. Did we actually bust that?
No, I'm just saying yay.
Yay.
I like it.
I'm yay as well, to be honest.
It's use it when you need it.
I'm exactly the same in the mornings. Like if I don't eat, I'm exactly the same. Or carbs are a bit of a problem for me in the morning. I can go protein, fat, hold me over for ages, feel good, nice consistent energy.
It's anything for me. If I eat it, whatever. Have a protein shake and be hungry and anything else.
4 eggs, bit of salt and pepper. Beauty. Lovely. I feel good. No, none of it. Whoop do. All right, next on there. You can spot burn fat.
It's a fun question when everyone asks this one.
Yeah.
Can you? No.
No one actually directly asks this though. No one directly asks that.
I get a fair bit.
Yeah, right. Okay. I haven't had that for quite a long time. I think you have people hinting towards they want to have this area that they want to lose. Like actually our aerobic challenge is finished and I had one of the clients reduce their visceral fat on the body scan by 2 points. Which is great. She was really happy about that, but she also was like, didn't come off of here, didn't come off the love handles. And I'm like, organs are pretty important too.
Not added a year to your life.
Yeah, exactly right. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3. Who knows? So but at the end of the day, you can't spot burn fat. It's completely genetic.
Yeah, and you just used to see that in people's body shapes. There's some people some people just hold fat in the weirdest spots.
Yeah.
And the body's going to burn it when you come and do a calorie deficit where it needs to.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Right. It'll take from where it needs to. Yeah. You're going to have spots that get leaner a bit faster than others, and then you'll have some more stubborn spots. And eventually, if you get lean enough, you will burn the fat away from those areas.
Yeah.
That's just how it works, isn't it? You don't get that choice. You can get a little bit complicated and bring in.
It's like, remember the old school, like you see the old school fitness videos, and it's got all the Sheilas with the fins wrapped around. And they're standing on the vibrating machine, on the machine, they just dig. And it's like, we will spot burn these, so for whatever the thing that they were trying to do is hilarious.
Yeah, but no, we're going to give that the nay, aren't we?
That's a nay.
That's a nay. All right. Here's a good one. You should only do cardio to lose weight.
Nope.
No. So we really own our strength majority gym.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we have conditioning elements, but at the end of the day, the majority of both of our programs that we run are strength-based. So obviously we are both advocates for strength training. And I think the easiest way to put this is that, yes, cardio will make you lose weight, but it's going to lead down a track to, if you want to be really savage about it, like ending up being skinny fat. So if you're 10, 20 kilos overweight, you do nothing but cardio to lose weight, you end up skinny fat because you're going to burn a lot of muscle as well. And you're going to have no definition, no tone.
It's just not enjoyable, let's be honest. Like, come on.
Whisper in my ear.
Come on.
Yes.
Lifting weights is far more fun. And
People like running.
look, and they're fucking nuts.
I've been doing a bit of running. I've still yet to find it.
Nah, look,
I don't enjoy it.
yeah, I don't think I've ever been able to run far enough to feel like I run as high, so still
It's just hard work. I enjoy the challenge, but that's just my personality.
yeah, that's the same. But there's a couple of times where I've started out running, it's only because it's hard.
Yeah.
Literally only because it's hard and I wanted to do something that was hard.
Yeah, which is a rare characteristic in itself. But the reality is, when it comes to body composition and not losing weight, body composition is going to be severely better weight training.
Yeah. I feel like there's been a bit of a shift to strength training in the last probably 10 years or so. Like more people doing it and taking a little bit more interest in a bit more muscle and losing a little bit of fat. The weight might remain the same, but if you look better, you're going to feel better.
Yeah.
Majority of the time.
Yes. Yeah. And if not, go see your doctor.
Yeah.
But the reality is too, the way I talk to it, with whether they're a 22-year-old young bloke that's trying to put on some muscle to look good to get some girls versus a 55-year-old lady that's looking for longevity, muscle's an asset. It's going to increase your metabolism. When it comes to end-of-life statistics.
Hold onto it.
Yeah, find to hold onto it, 100%.
Have you seen, well, I'm going to say I've seen a study. It was a YouTube video of some sort.
Yeah.
It was someone quoting a study.
Yes. It's a bit double quotating a study.
Yeah. And this is my memory version of it, was that after about the age of 50, it was about a fortnight of atrophy that you could lose that base of muscle that you've taken a lifetime to build.
Yeah, really?
Obviously, yeah, it was very quick.
Wow.
And it was like...
If you did nothing.
If you did nothing.
Right.
Yeah, there was that complete sanitary, and it was literally a fortnight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Far out.
Obviously, you're not losing all of it.
Yeah.
But that extra muscle that had been built atrophied away in a fortnight, and it was about 6 months, I think they said, for him to build it back.
Wow.
Which
Yeah,
is quite a long
sort of the
time.
muscle of our baseline. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Wow. And there's some other statistics. I don't know the exact figures, but the muscle that an elderly person has is a dictator or an indicator, of how much longer they're going to live.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Another one that I'd seen was that leg strength, correlated over to longevity, was quite high as well for balance. And the ability to get up off the ground if they fall.
Yes, that was the big one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like leg strength was a direct indicator of someone surviving a
So
fall.
many oldies fall over and break a hip or something, and they fucking die laying on the floor 4 days later because they can't get up.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's not
isn't
the way to go.
No, it's not. It's not pleasant.
Oh.
No, especially if you've got cats.
Oh,
Take that behaviour.
oh Jesus.
Good Lord. But at the end of the day, so that's a no for us. Cardio is not optimal for losing weight.
Yeah.
Obviously, goal is to reduce your body fat, and you want to be maintaining as much muscle as sustainable for you and your goals.
And I guess one for like extremely large people, running is not good for you when you're that big because you can't maintain it because you join it. Look, some people can. You see the odd person every now and then, they're just like somehow they flip that mental switch and they're like, I'm just going to run this off.
Yeah.
And they manage to do it, but most people that have been that sedentary and that big that long, your joints just can't handle that force. You won't be able to walk after a week.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to stick with it. So
I completely agree with that, 100%.